Hello, everyone. This is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's talk about the NHL. So, today is the second last of this one's not as tedious, but of a series of more tedious sets of data collection. So, um, thankful that I'm nearly done today and Mondays. They're essentially the same, but just for two different groups of players. So today we're looking at the bottom four forwards and two defensemen. And we're going to be looking at the salary and contract duration, average, and range. And then not tomorrow. Monday we're doing the same for goalies. Yeah, we'll get to it now. Should be relatively quick. I think something like half an hour or so. I have this weird warning coming up on my channel. It looks fine. But anyways, so if there's any issues, I hope there's not any issues, but we'll see. All right, so let's get to work here. Give me a sec to pull things up. So I had the warning before when I first tried to start the stream, and then I decided to restart it, and it didn't fix it. So I don't know what's going on. Everything's running fine, it looks like. Audio's fine. I don't know. Anyways, so I had gotten started, but didn't get to finish. So just a sec here, and I can share screen. So I think because I saved the page here, and I hope it saved all the filters. So we want team, age, position, stats, age at signing, length, expiration year, cap hit. So it should be okay. And next, I do also need the groupings here. So we set this a while ago based on percentiles. And so the bottom... Actually, you know what? We might as well start with defense anyways. Wait. Yeah, we'll start with defense. Oh, that's the other thing I need to change. So one-way contract and defense. Update. Yeah, so anyways, the groupings are here, and then so this grouping we're looking at is the 5th and 6th defenseman up to the 4th spot, and so it's going to be between 2 and 4 goals, 8 and 14 assists, and 10 and 18 points. So we'll put in those filters here, and we can do the filter we did previously at the beginning of this whole series, which was a minimum of 20 games. So we'll add that filter in too while we're at it. And so it is 2 to 4 goals, 1, 2, 4 goals. We want 8 to 14 assists. 8 to 14 assists. And 10 to 18 points. And that is it. Now, again, as a reminder, we can only look at 3 years because of the limitations of CapFriendly here. So we can only take a look at 16, 17, 17, 18, and 18, 19, because those match up with the 6 years that we used for, like the previous 2 streams, for example. So the contract timing and contract duration that we were looking at previously. And so, yeah, we can only take a look at these 3 years of the total 6 years that were in the other streams there. So we're missing the bottom 3. So we want 16, 17. And that should be it. We're on defense. Good. Oops. It looks like it all lines up correctly. Cool. And then next is 17, 18. And then 18, 19. And expand these. Move that down. Sort by cap hit descending. And then what were the stats we were looking at? So we want average, min, max. So that is some divided by that. Two decimal points, and then we want the min of these. Oops. G. So that's good. Move those over. And then we want some divided by that. Cool, so that should be done already. And now we can do forwards. We want 16, 17. Update. Oh, yeah, the stat filters. So we want forwards. So this grouping again is 8th to 12th spot. And so that is between 5 and 11 goals, 7 and 15 assists, and 13 and 27 points. So that was 5 and 11. That should be right. 5, 11, and then it was 7 and 15. And then 13 and 27. 13, 27 and 13. So let's just double check. 5, 11, 7 and 15. 7, 15, 13, 27. Cool. So now it should be correct. Get rid of this. And we're good to go. Cool. Then we want 17, 18. Cool, and then 18, 19. And there's one thing I just want to double check. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. Oh, and I did need that anyways. It goes there. Okay, we want some of that divided by that. We want min and we want max. Okay. Move those over. And we want some of that divided by that. And want to order descending by cap hit. Super. So I think that's everything I wanted to do here. And now we can have a look at the results. Okay, so, well, that was quick. I don't know exactly how long that was. Give me one sec. Minutes, not bad. Okay, so so this is the third grouping of so for all of them it's third grouping. So third grouping of defensemen based on the tiers that I established previously. So we're looking in this case at the bottom two defensemen, so 5 and 6 position, as well as the bottom 4 forwards, so 8 to 12, or well 9, 10, 11, 12, sorry. And what we have as the results here, so the average age of the players within that tier is 26, or sorry, the signing age, I should say. And the range is as early as age 21, they sign their contract, and as late as age 37. Did I do length for the other ones? Or is that what I was supposed to have done? I mixed up some of the stuff that I did do and was supposed to have done. That's okay. Well, let's just finish that then. That's funny. That's done, that's done. Okay, so now I'm done. It's funny, I guess I was doing the wrong calculations at the end, but I mean, whatever. It's the data's already there, so it's easy enough to do. All right, so now I can summarize here. So again, yeah. So signing age on average was 26 years old for this tier, or well, grouping. So fifth and sixth defenseman. The earliest start year was 21, latest start year was 37. Average length was 3 years, well, 3.29. Minimum 1, maximum 7. Average contract was 2.7 million approximately. Minimum was 625,000, and maximum was 5.7 million. So again, as we saw previously, the well, in particular, the cap hit's most interesting to me. So you can get defensemen within this tier at approximately the same performance at, well, what I'm assuming was the league minimum salary, 625,000, and similar performance from 5.7 million here. So we'll have a look at an example here. So Scott Mayfield had a shortened season, so we won't look at that one. 66 is close enough to a full year. So Xavier Ouellet had 12 points in 66 games at 715,000, and so we'll have a look. So Dan Girardi, 63 games played, 15 points at 5.5 million. So which would you rather? Now, of course, it's not factoring in other things other than the basic stats that I'm looking at, so goals, assists, points. But all things considered, the performance again, what was it here? So 15 points versus 12 points and $5 million difference, basically. Like, that's crazy. So, anyways, so it shows you clearly that you can get decent players at a low price if you target them correctly, negotiate contracts well. And when I say target and negotiate contracts, it could be free agency. But yeah, so I mean, clearly there's lots of opportunities there. And I forget what it was. I might as well pull it up here too. So we want defense. So duration was 2 to 3 years, so approximately the same. So what they're actually getting signed for is longer than so in this case we were looking at the frequency of performance within the grouping in a 6-year time frame. And so typically it's 2 to 3 years that they have performance within the grouping. And so in theory they should only be signed 2 to 3 years, and then they're actually signed on average 3 years. So it kind of lines up for the most part. And yeah, we won't bother with age, although was that the main thing we were supposed to look at? I can't recall. Just one sec. Or I should say one of the main things. No, it was contract duration, so I was right. So, cool. So that's it for defensemen. And now for forwards, I might as well keep this up too. I should have made sure that you guys could see what I was looking at. Thankfully, it was just within frame. So, all right. So forwards, let's move it up to make it for sure in frame. So average length was 2.83 years, minimum 1 year, maximum 7 years. Average salary 2.2 million. Minimum was 575,000 and max was 6 million. So again, to contrast the difference in points and costs, so we've got Austin Watson, 17 points in 77 games for 575,000 a year. 17 points. Just need to remember that. And what do we got here? Patrick Sharp was... No, that one's not a good comparison because he missed games. Let's go with Ryan Callahan, 18 points, 67 games, 5.8 million. So it's like $5 million difference again. For similar performance. So like I said, negotiating, player selection, things like that clearly matter in terms of putting together your roster. So and then yeah, taking a look over here from the frequency of performance within the grouping in a 6-year time frame was between 2 to 3 years approximately, and 2.83 was the average contract length. So that lines up too. So so that's good news. Yeah, and that basically summarizes that. Not really much else to say, although I did make a mistake from the previous streams to not talk about so I talked about signing age rather than length for whatever reason, but again, it's not all that critical because it's all going to come back up when I'm doing, I guess, the final work of putting together the perfect roster. So really that's it for today. Not much else to say. So if you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. Otherwise, the home page on my channel has upcoming streams. Should be 2 p.m. Eastern daily, except for Sundays. And I should say the topics for next week are all recorded there, so you can have a look at the upcoming subjects. And it's 34 total streams in this series so far that I've scheduled. It looks like that's going to be the total. So I forget what we were at today. We were at 16, so we're basically halfway. Yeah, and then otherwise, any comments, suggestions, leave them in the comments, and that's it. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on Monday.